CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Good evening. Police are looking for witnesses in dash cam footage tonight after an injured man died in hospital earlier today. Officers were called to 109th Street and 166th Avenue after receiving reports that shots were fired around 1:45 this afternoon. Our cameras captured what appears to be bullet holes in an SUV on the driver's side in that area. Police say a man was found injured and was taken to hospital where he later died. An autopsy will be scheduled for later this week. Anyone with dash cam or doorbell camera footage on Castle Downs Road taken between noon and 2:30 this afternoon is asked to contact police. The City of Edmonton activated its extreme weather response today as it anticipates temperatures will drop below -20. The Al Rashid Mosque is not offering its services during the response because of Ramadan. The mosque usually provides overflow shelter space, but won't this time around. People needing to warm up during the day can use city facilities like a library or rec center. Overnight, a third shuttle bus to homeless shelters will be added. The extreme weather response is expected to last until next Friday. Canada's curling controversy is the talk of the Olympics right now, with St. Albert curler Mark Kennedy at the center of it all. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson found out, Kennedy's alleged poke and subsequent swear-riddled outburst is a touchy subject at his home rink.
It was just another round-robin draw for the Canadian men's curling team until an incident late in Friday's game.
I don't think there's ever been this much coverage in curling, ever.
Alberta curling legend Randy Ferbey says the showdown between Canada's Mark Kennedy and Sweden's Oscar Eriksson and the accusation that sparked it is all anyone in his circles is talking about.
It's so far from cheating that it's ridiculous, but it is an infraction. But that infraction is almost impossible to call.
Sweden claims Kennedy gave his rock an extra illegal push as he released it. CTV can only show still images of Olympic action, but at least one video replay out there appears to show Kennedy poking the granite part of the rock. Ferbey believes the contact would not have impacted the shot, and it's Kennedy's profanity-laced defense that has captured curiosity beyond curling fans.
We Canadians are pretty proud, and we think we do no wrong a lot of times. And we do. I mean, it was the emotions got to Mark a little bit. He blew up, and I know he regrets it.
Kennedy has expressed regret over his outburst, and the Canadians got a verbal warning from World Curling about the language. Management at Kennedy's home rink in St. Albert declined comment and politely asked CTV to leave.
I think that tells you right there. If they don't want to talk about it, that means they had an issue with his outburst. And that's okay. I mean, Mark's human. I know him quite well.
In its statement, World Curling also clarified that during forward motion, touching the granite of the stone is not allowed. This will result in the stone being removed from play. No infractions were observed for the rest of that game, but multiple other rocks have been removed from play in other matches in the days since. Video review is not currently allowed in curling, and Ferbey says players typically umpire themselves, even at the highest levels.
I don't know what the answer is, but obviously you got to address this because it could get ugly in time. People are not going to forget this.
Despite the distraction, the men's team is expected to play for a medal later this week. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton's Downtown Business Association says patios will start disappearing from the core if the city goes ahead with a steep licensing fee increase. A railed-in patio taking up just a portion of the sidewalk is set to cost $500. A higher fee will apply to patios that either take up a lane of parking or require a boardwalk in a parking lane. Those will soon cost $3,700 for a seasonal patio and $6,900 for a year-round one. In December, the DBA wrote to City Council asking it to suspend the plan. It says more than a dozen businesses believe the increased costs would mean patios would not be viable.
It goes back to the structural budget variances that the city is facing, and we've only got a few ways to increase our revenue, and that's either with provincial grants, which have gone down the wayside, user fees, or property tax increases.
The city says this is a shared investment model, meaning the city is covering about half the cost of the patio program with businesses. The new fees take effect in April. A new center is opening in Edmonton to help people with Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Its founder not only saw a need, but the benefits of having various ADHD services under one roof. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
As a mother of children with Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, Yara Shabtai knows firsthand how difficult navigating the health system can be.
We went to see different clinicians at different places. First of all, it was very busy. It was also very fragmented. The clinicians were not talking to each other, and nobody made sure that we have one integrated plan that we can follow.
As she became educated about ADHD and the tools that helped her own family, she knew it was something she wanted to share.
I was just so amazed of how things have shifted in my own family and how things changed in our family dynamic, in the environment. We have much less tension, so I wanted other people to experience it too.
She created the new NeuroWise Edmonton ADHD Center that gives people with ADHD access to the services and professionals they may need in one place.
The whole ecosystemic approach is a pretty new approach to client care. Clinicians understand that there has to be something that is connected, that is integrated in order to support every aspect of a person's life, especially in ADHD, because ADHD affects all area of life.
Services at the new center are not currently covered by Alberta Health, only by private health insurance.
But it is something that we think about a lot, and we do think about how to make it more affordable for everyone.
There are currently 7 specialists working at the center, from psychologists to dietitians, with more to be added in the near future.
I come almost every morning, and I open the door and I have chills and I have tears in my eyes because I'm very excited to see it come through.
The ADHD Center's official opening is this Saturday. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Family Day festivities took over parts of the Alberta Legislature grounds today with a nod to the history of the holiday.
This is where Family Day began in 1990 with Premier Getty. It was the first time that Family Day started across the country. We now have more provinces that celebrate with us, but today and here on this site is where it all started.
The return of winter weather made for a cozy community gathering. There were no lines at the kids' coloring stations while a magician warmed up the crowd. Balloon artists and street performers helped families celebrate the holiday. The village of Griesbaugh was the perfect place for some families looking to get out and enjoy a little winter fun. The Family Day event celebrated all things winter with ice carving stations, pond skating, and of course, a sweet Canadian tradition, fresh maple taffy.
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part? Tell me about it.
This is very good. The maple syrup.
Yeah, the maple syrup.
Yeah?
It's actually great, right? Especially with the kids, have the chance to bring them out and enjoy some time outside. It's always great.
Hunter the Lynx, the Oilers mascot, was also taking part. The Stollery Family Day Classic has come to a close with more than 100 teams facing off to raise money for the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation's Giving Comfort program. It supports families who have to make an emergency trip to the hospital. The tournament also encourages kids to think of others.
We created the tournament not just for family and community, but to teach kids to think about others that aren't as fortunate, that aren't able to play hockey or be active, but also to promote active living and good health.
This year's fundraising goal was $500,000. Organizers say the tournament raised a record high of $682,000. Thousands of people in Edmonton spent Family Day at the rink. Rogers Place was packed for a matinee game between the Edmonton Oil Kings and the Lethbridge Hurricanes. The Oil Kings just secured a WHL playoff spot over the weekend after defeating the Calgary Hitmen. One father and his daughter say they're taking advantage of the day off.
Family Day is awesome. We get a daytime game here with the Oil Kings, so gonna take my daughter to her first hockey game, and the popcorn's flowing already, and she got to go down to the glass and bang on the glass, so she's really excited for her first game. The
Oil Kings beat the Lethbridge Hurricanes this afternoon 3-2. The town of Taber is putting on a hockey tournament to bring the community back together after an explosion at the local rink. The outdoor tournament comes a few weeks after an explosion at the Taber Community Centre. The centre is not usable, so organizers have decided to turn local streets into full-size hockey rinks for teams to battle it out.
It'll be really good to get everybody back together and to just celebrate the love of hockey and the love of community together and look forward to the future of what the rebuild's going to look like.
The Play On Street Hockey Tournament will run March 27th and 28th. The Juno Awards are a few weeks away, with several Edmonton artists nominated this year. CTV's Connor Hogg spoke to two finalists who credit their success to creativity, hard work, and in one case, understanding neighbors.
This apartment is where Noella Charles worked on her latest album. It's even where she shot the cover.
Look to the side and smile. For me, it was going back to how I started initially with my first album. Whatever comes out of these, my own home sessions is, really what I'm supposed to be saying in the moment.
I got so much more, so much more. New to You is Charles' fourth solo Juno nomination for Adult Contemporary Album of the Year. Charles says she's seen Edmonton's music scene develop over the years, with more people discovering her, hence the title, New to You.
People kid that, Canadians, we make such great music because we have winter for 6 months out of the year, so we're all inside writing songs.
Edmonton rapper Arden is also nominated at the Junos this year. His album Keep Your Eye on the Sparrow is a contender for Rap Album of the Year.
I got to prove myself, or I got to prove that Edmonton belongs in a conversation that people, don't put it in. You know what I'm saying? I would like to describe my music as hungry.
Arden says he wants to convey that hunger.
Am I where I'm supposed to be at this age, at this point in my life, and all these different things that people worry about. But I wanted this project to be a reminder of that, of you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
I was this anomaly coming up, and we don't know what to do with you. So for me, it was I'm going to show you.
Charles says putting an album together teaches the ins and outs of the music industry, as well as the consistency required.
There's 10,000 hours, there's repetitions, and things that you just got to do to grow, and the only way you fail is when you stop.
Both Arden and Charles are in the midst of making new music, Charles working from her apartment. She says she's happy her walls are thick enough.
My neighbors love me.
Have there been any complaints?
There haven't, no. Luckily, there's cement in between.
Two artists putting Edmonton on the national stage. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next on CTV News, buyer barriers, why business analysts believe EV sales will stall in Alberta despite a new rebate.
Canada-wide, 14% of all new vehicles are EVs, but what we're seeing in Alberta is around 4%.
Good evening, folks. A major winter storm over the course of the next 24 hours across central and north-central parts of the province. You have a cold warning in the north, snowfall warnings for all the areas in red, and then a winter storm warning for a combination of heavy snow and really strong wind. We'll outline how much snow we can expect and when it'll all be over in just a few minutes.
A 2-year-old in a stroller was struck and killed by a vehicle while crossing the street with their family in a marked crosswalk. As CTV's Tyler Barrow reports, some are calling for improvements, while others say drivers need to be more vigilant.
A family outing turned tragic Sunday afternoon. Around 4:30, a Jeep was turning at the intersection of Hull Avenue Southwest and Horton Road Southwest as a couple pushed a stroller through the marked crosswalk. Their toddler was hit. Gina Caudry and Anthony Salazar, along with their 1-year-old Maya, were driving home from a restaurant when they noticed a crash scene just off McLeod Trail and Heritage Drive Southwest.
We saw lights here. There was a whole bunch of police. We saw a stretcher being pulled out, and then, we were kind of confused of what was happening. We were devastated because we actually walked little Maya here every other day.
The toddler died in hospital. Neither of the adults sustained any injuries. At this point, police say speed and impairment are not considered factors, and there's no indication distracted driving is a cause either. The driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators.
It's not only concerning, it's an absolute tragedy.
There's 2 parents who lost their 2-year-old child today, and I think as a city that should be shocking and disappointing.
The city has seen 7 fatal crashes so far this year, including 3 pedestrian fatalities.
I think it's incredibly concerning at this point. To see a number as high as 7 only 6 weeks into the new year is definitely alarming. I think it's a good reminder that as we're driving and as pedestrians, we need to be aware of our surroundings. We need to be taking care of each other.
People in the area say improvements need to be made to keep pedestrians safe.
Pedestrian blinker, the yellow lights, that'd be, bare minimum.
Probably better lighting and control.
Others say drivers need to be more careful.
A lot of young people like to drive fast, and I would just say be cautious.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
The new federal electric vehicle rebate program began today, and while many EV advocates say it's a good move to boost sales, some business analysts expect sales in Alberta to stall. CTV's Gates Warren explains why.
What's old is new again. Canadians will see the return of electric vehicle rebates after the federal government paused the program just last year.
With the cost of living crisis that we're in, anything that the government can do to help move this along, we see as a good thing.
The move is a part of the Fed's new strategy to boost EV sales in Canada. The program will give buyers up to $5,000 for battery electric cars and up to $2,500 for plug-in hybrids. Advocates for EVs in Alberta say it's a welcome restart.
We see countries like China. Their new EV sales are over 40% already. For Norway, 90% of all electrical vehicle sales are EV. So we've got a lot of catching up to do.
The market saw a decline in EV sales soon after the rebate program was paused. A business analytics professor at the University of Alberta says the incentives should cause a short-term spike.
The contraction is basically on EV because the overall market still stay at a stable level. So we can tell that this is specifically because of the rebate, the pause, the removal of this program.
But even with a rebate, there are still barriers to getting more EVs out on the roads, even more so here in the province.
Canada-wide, 14% of all new vehicles are EVs, but what we're seeing in Alberta is around 4%.
AMA points to provinces like Ontario and BC having provincial rebates along federal ones to help drive purchases. No such incentive exists in Alberta. Infrastructure also remains an issue. AMA says only around 1,500 charging stations exist province-wide.
If I compare that to BC, they're sitting well over 8,000, and in Quebec, well over 10,000. So fear around a range anxiety and ability to charge is problematic here because, frankly, there just aren't enough charging points.
And with change in policy at the federal level, electric vehicles having a sustainable market may be a long way down the road.
So this will definitely delay their decision making because they have no idea whether this kind of incentives will stay for a long time.
Gates Gorin, CTV News, Edmonton.
When we return, the Blue Jays are back. What fans are expecting after the team made it all the way to the World Series last season.
Anticipation and a lot of hope for the season.
On Tuesday, the difference between best before and expiry dates and how that could save you money, plus examining the darker side of the manosphere, including influencers using smart glasses to film their dates.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. -4 for the daytime high today, although that was early this morning, just after midnight. Temperatures most of this afternoon were in the -8 range, and that is going to be a lot warmer than we will be for the next week and a half, as there's not only this heavy snow event, some blowing snow, especially east and south of the Edmonton area, but a deep freeze is on the way. You can see the heaviest of the snowfall continues in the Edmonton area, south in through east central Alberta, right through the morning hours. So in these areas here off to the east and south of the Edmonton area that have a winter storm warning, you're going to see wind gusts close to 70 kilometers per hour at times. That is going to give you significantly reduced visibility, at times near zero visibility. If you can stay off highways, especially south and east of Edmonton tomorrow, that's your safest bet. In the city, it's a snowfall warning, same for areas off to the west and to the northwest. There will be some wind, I think here in the city about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, but not as bad as it will be off to the east. We're still going to be dealing with some blowing snow in the Edmonton area. Still sticks around through the supper time hours. This is about 9 p.m. It may break down for a little while. And then one last little wave there overnight Tuesday night into early Wednesday. I think by Wednesday afternoon, most, if not all, of that snow is done. By then, about 15 to 30 centimeters of snow for the Edmonton region. I think parts of east central Alberta could see closer to 30 to 40. In some spots. Minus 37 Fort McMurray wind chill tomorrow morning. Minus 33 for the wind chill in Grand Prairie in the morning. Close to minus 30 in Red Deer. Look at this. All day you're going to be in the minus 30 to minus 40 range across the north with wind chill. Temperatures well into the minus 20s. Elsewhere, further south, you've got that heavy snow still coming down. I think areas like Cold Lake probably gets about 10 to 20 centimeters worth of snow. Grand Prairie probably gets about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. Red Deer, you'll see close to 15 to 20 centimeters. Wind chill tomorrow afternoon around minus 35. Here in Edmonton, wind chill through the day is going to be minus 25 to minus 30, closer to minus 35 wind chill by Wednesday morning. You get that 15 to 30 centimeters of snow done by Wednesday. And then we're back into the mid-minus teens Friday, Saturday, but probably not back to the minus 10 range until the middle to the end of next week. That.
Hundreds of kids received a free introduction to ice fishing this weekend at Wabamun Lake.
It's a great opportunity, and I love when people do catch the fish, they share it so that the kids can see too. Yeah. I've seen 2 jackfish and a burbot caught so far.
The Alberta Conservation Association says almost 1,500 people signed up for this year's Kids Can Catch event. Mentors help teach kids how to handle the fish and keep them in the water.
We get a lot of people from different backgrounds, people from Canada as well as new Canadians, many of them trying ice fishing for the first time, many of them actually being on ice for the very first time. So it's really kind of a treat and a thrill for them to experience a real part of Canadiana.
Kids Can Catch started in Slave Lake in 2012. Thousands of students hit the track for some friendly competition this weekend. The Running Room indoor games took over the Butterdome Saturday. Athletes from 140 northern Alberta and Edmonton area schools raced in the 200-meter relay, as well as the 200 and 800-meter races in long jump. One organizer says he was happy with the turnout after dealing with some obstacles this past year.
Renovations to our facility and disruption to the school year, we're pretty happy to still have over 4,000 kids down here from the greater Edmonton area. For a lot of these kids, it's the only time they can represent their school, particularly the elementary kids. So it's important to them because it really develops school spirit and lets them develop some of their talents.
This is the Running Room's 46th annual indoor games. The Toronto Blue Jays are in Florida for training camp. It's our first look at the team since their World Series run last October. CTV's Sean Leathong has more on the excitement.
The team that Canada fell in love with is back. The first full day of workouts at spring training for the Toronto Blue Jays, and fans are gathering here in Dunedin just for a glimpse.
Still have the high of the World Series, the playoffs.
Anticipation and a lot of hope for the season.
You know, there's always hope, and so it's a new hope.
The last time fans saw this team together on the field was the heartbreaking extra innings loss in Game 7 of the World Series. Claudia Sanders came down from Toronto and is one of many fans who see this as a sequel to 2025.
When you lose, you learn a lot, and you come back even harder.
Jackie Ferraro and her kids are Blue Jays fans from South Florida who were inspired by what they saw last year.
It was a very emotional season. They were super, we had the highs with them and the lows with them. We were rooting them on every single day.
But now is the beginning of a new season, and the team has added new players like early fan favorite Japanese star Kazuma Okamoto.
I think he's really intriguing. I'm hoping that the power that he showed over in Japan is going to translate.
While the experience of last season has moved some players into the spotlight.
What got you about the Blue Jays?
Ernie Clement. Yeah, pretty much.
Players like Ernie Clement and Addison Barger are expected to play a bigger role, as being defending American League champions comes with expectations.
I love the expectations. That's why we do it. And I think the guys we've talked about it so much in the off season. It's nice to see everyone, really. It kind of just gets you back to what you were doing at a really, really high high level last year.
The team's leader, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., is now the longest tenured Blue Jay and says he's confident this team can produce.
I think it's going to be more fun, but I'm actually more happy than last year. I mean, for whatever reason, I'm happy and I'm feeling great. I have good feelings about this year, and I know we're capable to do a lot of good things.
And while the team beat expectations last year, now the fans want more.
Maybe make it back to the World Series, dominate the Dodgers.
Just win it all. We want it all.
But today is just day one, with a long road back. So while today was full of hope with a bit of nostalgia, reality hits on Saturday when the Blue Jays start their preseason here at TD Ballpark in Dunedin. Sean Leathong, CTV News.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. Have a great night.